My name is Kaija and I'm a recruitment manager for Goodman Masson. I enjoyed kind of developing my career, and I think when I started in New Zealand I was managed and led by some really inspiring women. My company was 85% female in New Zealand, and I got to see some very strong, successful women, and just ended up talking to them about how they developed their career and what they could see in terms of what training and development I needed, and I was given a few opportunities to kind of look at that management piece, and from there and seeing what they had done and what the success that they had, and being able to give that back to people developing through. I really was encouraged by that, and here being given up the opportunity to take that on. It was a challenge first of all, but I've absolutely really enjoyed it, absolutely loved it, and I can see that there's still a bit for me to learn and take on myself, but I've enjoyed every step so far. I think it's a combination between having the confidence and the focus, but also the emotional intelligence side of understanding, where you are as a person and also the people that you're managing. So it is bringing that personal touch as well, that keeping that level of professionalism and continuity and that consistent approach, to show that you're always there as support and leading from the front, to some level, but supporting at the same time. It's different for every person. I know that every salesperson approaches their business differently. I think it's a combination, similar to being a good leader in having focus and having confidence, but also understanding people and that emotional intelligence, because it's important to understand people that you manage, but then the same rule applies to clients and for us candidates. We're working with people all day long, so I think that level of understanding and that commitment to your profile and their profile and your client's profile, is in keeping that level of quality and professionalism. I think it comes back to twofold approach is understanding yourself and being confident. I know that the women do have an ability to lack self-confidence sometimes, so it's really doing that and maybe setting long-term, short-term goals and celebrating success, when you meet those, but then also understanding, what's the next goal. Always thinking about as you meet one, where's the other. I think coupled with that as well, it's ensuring that you've got a mentor, an inspirational leader, that you have, understood is taking a similar path that you want to take. And I know from personal experience is speaking to people like that and asking for advice and mentorship is widely, well received, and it's a good kind of way to look forward as well. Yeah, I think it can be a niggling feeling sometimes, and I actually went to a networking event. A very successful leader who's now part of the UN was speaking, and she said that even now, she's at the top of her career, and she still does have elements of self-doubt and self-awareness and that self-confidence issue. And it was really interesting looking around the room, and so many people agreed, and I all of a sudden realised that actually it's not just me, it's something that women do have a tendency to do, but it's really just realising that and focusing and appreciating that your success and where you can be confident, but also understanding where you can still learn and develop, because it's twofold, isn't it, really? People will take you as seriously as you take yourself. If you think you should be at a meeting or at a certain position in your career, and people really should treat you accordingly. And the self-doubt can be your worst enemy sometimes. It's really just showing that confidence and people appreciating that in accordance.